My question to her at the back of this is, if you was to have a child, yeah, obviously, essentially, they'd be born into money as well, right?
Correct.
So what would you leave behind for your child?
My kids are broke. They are brokies.
Yeah?
Yeah, because they ain't going to get the lessons any other way. You know what? It's actually different. So if I had a daughter, my number one concern wouldn't be spoiling her. Because I think spoiling a chick isn't even a bad thing, really. I don't think it affects their mentality nearly as much as a man. But the problem with spoiling a woman is, if she has too much access to money, a man's going to get hold of it. I've been around, bro. I know. If let's say I had a daughter and she's 18 and she has access to a bunch of money. Her boyfriend, whoever the fuck he is, if he has any game, is going to be in the club on my money, driving her fast car with no insurance.
PS5 paid for.
You know what I'm saying? She'll be buying him nice presents and shit. So that what annoys me about the chick. So she can't have any money because I don't want some fucking side dude getting it.
Yeah.
My son ain't going to get any money because I don't want him losing his hunger. I want him to grow up broke. I want him to go through all the struggles I went through. I want him to suffer. I want him to have that fire. Now, I had some major disadvantages due to the fact that I had absolutely zero access to money. My family was completely broke. So I will give him some advantages. Let's say, like when I was a fighter and I was fighting and I couldn't pay the rent. If my son, when he wins his fight, I'll give him a financial bonus myself for winning. But he still has to go win.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? My kids are not going to be born into any kind of wealthy environment, into any kind of money. When I have children, I probably won't even raise them in a Western country because I think Western countries are soft. Bro, if I have boys, I want them growing up in deep Russia.
Hardcore ones.
Yeah, with like in the mountains with the goats. Like just running in the snow barefoot.
Khabib ones.
Yeah, I want monsters. That's what I want. I don't see the point in having to send them to some private school to sit around with a bunch of fucking toffs.
Yeah.
I don't see that. I think the best education in the world comes from the streets and comes from hardship. I don't think a private school can teach my kids anything that I can't teach them or that they actually need to know. You know? So when I have children, their lives will be very, very hard. And I also think that a father's job, this kind of ties back into what I was saying earlier when you're saying about having one woman and a family, etc. I think a father's job is to be a role model, not a second mother. A lot of fathers think that they're a good father because they're home every day. I'm not saying don't spend time with your kids, but I think you're also a good father if you live a life of exceptionality and that you lay a blueprint for your children to want to follow. My sons are going to grow up and see me and how I live and want to be like me. That means they're going to have to need certain attributes, right? If I'm home every day changing diapers,
it's not happening.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
You know, like my dad was barely around, but he was a superhero to me. And I wanted to be like the superhero. So it's not so much about, with a female, with a mother, it's about the quantity of time. With a father, I really think it's about the quality of time. The mother does the diapers, the food, the basic tenets of life, right? But the true exceptionalism is going to come from the father. And to do that, you need to be a role model. And if that means you have to be out conquering the world, you're going to be out conquering the world. That's how it goes.
That's it.